Never judge a book by its cover. What you see on the outside of University of Kentucky wide receiver Lynn Bowden may not tell you his whole story. A four-star prospect from the blue-collar town of Youngstown, Ohio, the rising junior has always wowed fans with his elusive playmaking and swaggy demeanor. But as a new father and emerging team leader, Bowden took a hard look at his life and realized it was time to make some changes.
My freshman year going into high school, I had dyed my hair all blonde. You know, I wanted to be called Simba just because he was like an underdog, and I feel like coming out of Youngstown, Ohio, I was an underdog too. You know, a lot of people didn't expect me to make it as far as I did, especially going to high schoal. I was always told I wouldn't make it past middle school because of my temper. You know, I felt like Simba, I related to him because he lost his father. And I really didn't lose my father. My father just wasn't in my life. You know, he's not a bad person. We ended up making up, but I just didn't have him, so I had to learn how to become a man on my own.
While molding into his new identity, Bowden found himself constantly changing his appearance. One of his favorite hobbies, you guessed it, his love for new ink.
I got 72 of them, you know. I started at the age of 13, turning 14. I got my first one, which was my initials on the back, and my second one was my mom's name. Some of them have meanings, and some of them I just got because I liked them, you know, the way they were going to look on me.
As Bowden progressed through high school, his exterior appearance wasn't the only thing catching people's eye. He developed into what some would consider the most dynamic playmaker to ever come out of Ohio.
He was one of those guys where when you turn on the film, you don't have to try to make a player out of him. You know, you could just see how versatile he was. He was a guy that was very good with the ball in his hands, playing quarterback in high school, and kick returns, punt returns, playing defense, you name it, he can do it. And those are the kind of players you're really looking for.
But as all of the accolades rolled in, his passion for the game was beginning to fade.
Going to my senior year of high school, I had offers from everywhere, and I really started to give up on playing football because I didn't want to do it. And I found out that I was having a son, you know, so he made me drive to get back to playing football.
After a long recruiting process, Bowden decided to play for a pair of blue-collar coaches who knew what it's like growing up in Youngstown. Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops and associate head coach Vince Marrow grew up together in the Steel Valley. The two locked in on Bowden early on in the recruiting process and knew his explosiveness could help take the Kentucky program to another level.
Quick screen near side. Bowden has got an alley across the 50, cuts right at the 45, breaks the tackle, near side 40, down the near sideline at the 30. Ball knocked out from behind. Vandy trying to recover it.
After what he considered a frustrating freshman campaign, Bowden realized that growth needed to take place off the field to help him reach his goals on it.
I think from his freshman year to his sophomore year, he saw that it wasn't just off his talent, it was off of his paying attention to details. Because when he runs a route the way we talk about it, I don't think there's anybody in the country can cover it.
Back into a hole. Wilson with a play fake. All kinds of time. He is throwing deep. Bowden's out there. Got it! Touchdown! Kentucky!
Lynn got better and better each week. Lynn got better and better each week during the spring. He's gotten better and better each week during the summer. And if he continues to do that, then the sky's the limit for him, and he'll have an opportunity to go chase the dreams he's always had of playing at the next level.
With his passion for the game clicking on all cylinders, the Kentucky coaching staff decided to push Bowden in a different aspect of his life. They wanted the junior to work on his brand, something they felt would help him succeed well beyond the football field.
You feel me? But this how I feel. With God with us, who could be against us? You know what I mean?
He has that alpha dog in him where he's going to want to make plays. He's going to be impactful on the field, but everybody's watching him off the field as well.
The first step in Bowden's rebranding process, cutting off his hair. something he's been recognized for since he first stepped on campus 3 years ago.
The word I really want to use, I'm gonna use it anyways. Is I really feel like people just thought I was like a thug or a gang member, you know, just with my hair and all the tattoos. So, you know, I just really wanted to get that perception off.
A new look and a fresh start. Bowden saw an opportunity to develop into a team leader who could help mentor younger teammates on and off the field.
I really want to just be the biggest leader I can, you know, take some pressure off of the coaches. And with my receivers, you know, I'm pushing them right now this whole summer. I think you guys will see during camp that we all been working very, very hard, you know, just to make the extra big plays, catch deep balls that we didn't catch last year. And I think we're going to explode this year.
Don't get touched off the line. You just go. You just go every time. You want to be an All-American someday. Touchdown, Kentucky! New life for the Wildcats!
Regardless of what happens in the 2019 Kentucky football season, Bowden will continue to have drive and purpose. Being a father. It goes well beyond the game of football.
I just make sure my son always gonna have his father. You know, that was the most important thing to me. When my dad came back in my life, my freshman year, you know, I felt the happiest I ever been. I was lost without him, and I know my son would be lost without me.